see the film. I never see no film that someone made about me. But I want to begin with apologize. If Kobe said that he didn't know English, my English is so bad because in high school, in the lesson of English, I dream, and now I pay for that. So, but I think you can understand me.
Yes.
Why? Because we understand the heart. We didn't need words. If we can feel each together, if we can feel how all this country, how our land feel after this summer. You know how many children we bury this summer? I go to all the families. They ask me to come to see them. And when I come to this family, I remember my children. And I look back how they tell me about my children. So before I will tell you, because my story is not only my story. This is the story of our people. This is the story of our existence. How much we pay for what? For to be Jew. For to live free in our land. You know, I born in Morocco. Everyone, when I was in Morocco, they say, oh, she is Jewish. And when I come to Israel, I go proudly. I see all the soldiers, and I thank God that I have a home. This home that we pay so much for him. So before 4.5 years, in the eve of Passover, 3 angels knocked on my door. Every family in Israel fled from this tfika, knocked on the door. Because they know when they will come to your home, your life they cut your life. The life until this day, and from this day, it's another life. You have the eyes. It's the same eyes. It's the same heart. But you look something shone, different. You feel differently. And when they knocked in my house, they didn't bring with them the prophet Eliyahu. Rather, they are the bearer of terrible news. My second son, Eliraz, 33 years old, a deputy commander in Battalion 12 of Golani, was killed in Gaza Strip, like this day. Nothing, no change. When I saw them, I ran to my door, I shut the door, and the windows. I didn't want no one to come to my home because I remember that I hear them many years before. And when they come to my home, I beg them and ask them, please don't say nothing. Don't deliver the news. Just let me to be with my son some minutes, because as you didn't say this terrible news, my son Eliraz live 1 minute more, 2 minutes more. Don't take my son for me. And I told them, why I? Why? I pay for my survival in this land. Before 15 years, my firstborn Uriel was killed fighting in Lebanon against the Hezbollah. He was 32 years old. And he died in his birthday. And we, in our home, there are many balloons, and we have a cheesecake at home. So after Uriel was killed, 3 years after that, I can't eat a cheesecake. How I can eat something that my son loves so much? How I can do it? How I can do it? How I can eat the cake that I prepare for the birthday, and he will never eat this cake. But after 3 years, I eat many cakes. You can see. You can see in every place in my body these cakes. So I told them that I pay for this country, not only my son Uriel, also my husband Eliezer. 6 years after Uriel fallen in the battle in Lebanon, my husband Eliezer died of broken heart. He can't accept the death of my son Uriel. Every day when he go to work, at the night he didn't sleep. On the night I hear my husband go to the picture and speak with Uriel and say, Bni, mi iten moti tachtecha. We say this word. David, the King David. I want to die for you. I want to die. And he died. He go so earlier, after 6 years. And I think that God loves so much my husband, because my husband didn't hear that the second son was killed. Only I. How he can hear this terrible news? How? I don't understand how we continue. How this heart mamshich continue to work. I don't understand. This is a big, big miracle. So I buried 2 of my children, and this summer when I go to all these families, they only ask me one question. One question. How we can continue? How we can continue to live? How we can continue to dress, to laugh, to go, to work? The life are not stopping. How we can continue? And I told them, see me. You see, I dress, I walk, I continue, not because I'm an angel. I'm like everyone here. Because the God give to anyone in the world power to cope with every situation in our life. For me, this is not a situation that I told myself I can't. No. I can bury my children, and I can eat after that this cheesecake. I can, my daughter Batel married 2 months after Eliras killed in Gaza. And I dance, and I buy a new clothes, and I go to Mount Herzl and invited Eliras and Uriel to the wedding. I told them, Mom, go to the wedding. She go to dance. And you will continue to be here. And I will continue to live, because Magia lebatel. How you say Magia? She deserves to continue to live. She deserves. All these children, and also the children of Eliras. So they asked how I can continue. And I told them that it's only a matter of our choices. How we want to wake up in the morning. Someone prefer to sleep and cry about the fate that he have, about the destiny. And he say the government is not good, Tzahal is not good, the life are not good. Every day when I wake up, first I thanks God for what I have. And I have more. I have I have 6 children. 2 of them are killed in the battlefield. But I have 4 children and 8 grandchildren. And I have also my life. And we say, Al korchecha ata chai. You know what is al korchecha? How you say it in English?
Against your will.
Okay. Al korchecha ata chai. You wake up in the morning. No one asks you if you want to wake up, but you wake up. But what you do with your life, it's in your hand. It's in our choices. What we do with our life. I can continue to cry and to say many, many things, but I prefer to wake up, to thank God, and to tell myself, okay, Miriam, God give you this day. You want to spend this day for luck and some, hair, and buy a sofa and houses? Or you want this day to do something with meaning? And what is life of meaning? Life of meaning for me is like life of giving, life of chesed, to do something not only for yourself. So because of that, every day after I finish my work, before I was a principal of school, 24 years. It's I'm religious, but it's unreligious school. It's like Schechter School in United States. My children, yes, it's like Schechter School, Salomon Schechter School in United States. And after that, now I am a supervisor in office education. After I finish my work, every week I meet maybe 1,000 soldiers. I teach them leadership. I do it voluntarily. I meet Mossad, Shabak, young people, many families in Israel. And I come at home, I'm alone. So why I'm hurried to come home? I'm alone. So it's good to come in 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So I go directly to my bed and wake up in the morning and think with whom I will meet today. But the people told me, you are very, very strong. And I ask you, what is the meaning of bravery? What is the meaning of strong? I want to tell you a little story about bravery. When my son Eliraz killed, we have not Shiva because it's before Passover, and we have no time. We didn't see Shiva. And my daughter-in-law Shlomit asked me, please, Miriam, can you come to our home to Eli? And I think, how I can come to Eli? How I can come to the house of my son that I will never see him in this home? How my legs can take me to the house of my son? I will never see Eliaz in this home. So it's very difficult for me. But I hear my grandchildren, Or Hadash, a new light. This is the child of my son Eliraz. Eliraz had 4 little children. The biggest was 6 years old. And the little, Gili, was 1 month and a half. She didn't recognize her father. I am here to tell Gili Who is Eliraz? You know, in Passover, we read, Vehigadeta lebincha. You must tell your son the roots of your family. But I continue to live to tell the story, Vehigata lenchadecha, to tell your grandchildren, not to your son, because your son is gone. So I hear my grandson, Or Hadash, I hear him tell Hallel Miriam, oh, Savta will cook for us a meatballs. Meatballs? My son, meatball. My son Eliraz like the meatball. And I can't do this meatball because after you bury your child, you didn't cook. Because the life is stopping. So how can I come and begin to cook? What is, there is no a ta'am, taste. Nothing, have no taste. So how I can make this meatball? But I hear my Or Hadash, and I tell them that on Friday I will come to Eli, and the taxi will be at my house at 10 o'clock, and I will come to Eli. On Thursday, I asked one of my neighbors to buy for me a meat. I see the meat, and I tell everybody, please take this meat for me. I can't touch this meat. And they take the meat to the frigidaire. At Friday, at 4 o'clock in the morning, I think how I can come to Eli without the meatball. So I pray to God to give me power for what? For money? For do something? You know for what I pray? To give me power to make a meatball. To cook a meatball. And I, please God, give me. You know how much I know to do it. Every Moroccan woman, especially cook meatballs and no kilo, 4 kilo every time. And now I can do one. And I take this meat, put it in the kitchen, go and run from him. I can't see this meat. And I pray, I cry, and I begin to make the meatballs. It takes to me 2 hours. Something that I do 5 minutes. And every one that I make, I speak with my son Eliraz. Oh, Eliraz, you will never eat. You remember how I cook it for you when you was 1 year old, how I give you, how you take in your little mouth, and I speak the story of my son Eliraz with cooking these meatballs. In 10 o'clock, I go to Eli. When I come to Eli, my grandchildren come to see me. You think that they ask me, Savta, we are very happy that you come? They only ask one question. Where is the meatball? And I understand that this is the life. When you wake up in the morning and you make sandwich to your daughter, and you make meatballs that your son loves so much, and you continue to eat them, and continue to eat and remember, eat and remember, this is bravery. This is, for me, a bravery, to wake up and to do such simple thing. But it's very, very difficult to do them. So for every family, to continue to dress, to continue to eat, to continue the life, It's very, very difficult. And we continue. You know, I born in Morocco, and in Morocco, my parents live in Sahara Desert. They are very, very poor people. They never learn to read or to write. But they know one word in Hebrew. One. Only one word in Hebrew. Jerusalem. Jerusalem. This word, over it, go from every generation. You know, they never see Jerusalem. They have no computer. They have no picture of Jerusalem. They only understand that this is the paradise of Am Israel. This is our dream, is Jerusalem. And when we come to Israel with the Jewish agency, they take us from the valleys from Morocco. They take us to Beersheba. You know, Beersheba. And everybody asks my father, where you live? And my father know one word in Hebrew. He says, Jerusalem. And everyone, Beersheba? You know, this desert is Jerusalem? Jerusalem, it's not only a place. Jerusalem, this is the goal for what we fight. Because Jerusalem is the dream of all the generation that think about how we can live free in our land. And Jerusalem is here, and he is in the hearts of everyone. So when my son Eliraz married 3 years after Uriel killed in Lebanon, the rabbi gave my son Eliraz a glass to broke, you know. And we swear. What we swear, we didn't swear with the new wife that we have or with our money. We swear, Im eshkachech Yerushalayim. If I forgot you, Jerusalem. And my son Eliraz changed this pasuk. This, how you say pasuk? Sentence? Sentence, it's mishpat. We pasuk, זה pasuk, okay? That's what we do to the Hebrew, you know. It's not mishpat, it's, yes. So, Eliras changed it. And he said, if I forgot you, my son Uriel, my brother Uriel, and the rabbi say, no, if I forgot you, Jerusalem. And Eliras say, Jerusalem for me is Uriel, is Roi, is Matan, is Yoram, is all the soldiers that died for this night for me. Because this night, I built a new Jerusalem. And my vision is to see my grandchildren, Or Hadash, in my Eliras son, my Eliras son, go to his wedding, and I know the rabbi will give him the glass to broke, and he will ask my son, my Eliras son, say after me, Im eshkachech Yerushalayim, and Or Hadash will say, if I forgot you, my father Eliraz, my uncle Uriel, and all the soldiers that died for me, I will, and in this moment, I will look at the sky and told the Hezbollah in Lebanon, you kill my son Uriel, but you kill the body of my son Uriel. And the Hamas in Gaza, you kill the body of my son Eliraz. But at Jerusalem, no one can kill Jerusalem. Because this night, the Or Hadash will build the new Jerusalem. They can broken our body, but our spirit They will never, never kill. We continue because we have a big, big emuna. Emuna bakadosh Baruch Hu. Emuna betorat Israel. And emuna in Eretz Israel. And we continue with this. Many times I'm asked how, from where I get my strength. And I say, only from one thing, from my belief in God. האמונה שלי בהשם. One question I will never find the answer to this question. Why me, God? Every day I dance with this God. Tango. Sometimes he push me. Sometimes this God hug me. Like today, I have many friends here. It's not the hand of the God to meet people, to meet your brothers and sisters, to meet this family that will come to Jerusalem. It's not a miracle? Yes. So I dance with God. But I ask God, why me? Why me? What I do? Why 2 children? Why also my husband? Why me that raise my children in your mitzvot? Why me that light the candles before Shabbat and pray, Zakeni legadel banim uvne banim? What we want? We want to see our children build their home. And I pray every Friday. I give charity. I do many things that you, God, told us to do. So why? There is no answer to this question. No one can give me answer to this question. So I have another answer. I have answered why my children killed or fallen in this battlefield. They fallen as that today I can stand here and talk with you. They fallen for that the children in Israel can go softly in the malls now and they can go to trips. They have fallen also for you. Because my son Eliraz told me every time, Mom, when I go to fight, I take with me a big bag. And on my bag, I put not only bombs, I put all the eyes of Jewish people, of the children of Jewish people with me. And I think about them. They've fallen because this is the turn of my sons. And we continue. So I didn't deal with the question, why me? I every day, I prefer to thank God for many things that He gave me. For this moment that I can stand on my leg. You know how many people today can stand? For that this morning I eat. You know how many people can't eat? How many people can't see? Every little thing that I have in my life, I thank God for these gifts. Everything that I have. So I thank God. And I also, when my times will come, maybe I will meet God and people ask me, what do you want to tell to this God? So I will tell him that I'm very busy. Now I'm with soldiers, I'm in United States, you know, I run from many, many places. But I will tell God, I will give this God 2 gifts. One, I will give him a thorns. Thorns. You know what is kotzim?
Thorns.
Thorns. You know, in Hebrew, I know to spell it, but to say it's very difficult. This is not, you know, אין כמו עברית. It's very... So, why I will give God a thorns? Because when my son Uriel come to the home after every month that I didn't see him, and he come to Shabbat, he go to sleep. They are very, very tired. And I come to his bed, and every Shabbat, I put from the body of my son Uriel the thorns that come into the body of my son, into the hair, into the garbaim, sacks. And all these thorns, I didn't throw them. I put them in a packet, and one of them I will give God. And I will tell him the sentence that my son Uriel wrote. With all the thorns that entered my body, you can build a flower bed meter by meter. But it's not ordinary thorns. This is the thorns of Eretz Israel. If you want to live in Eretz Israel, you must accept these Yesurim. How will you say Yesurim? You must accept it. So this is the first gift. The second gift, I will give God 2 little boxes. One with the earth of from the grave of my son Eliraz, and one with the earth from the grave of my son Uriel. They are kvurim, how we say, buried in Mount Herzl, and there is 2 meters between Uriel and Eliraz. You know what is for me 2 meters? Is to cross the sea, but not the sea like the Red Sea, Yetziat Mitzrayim. Because in Yetziat Mitzrayim, when Bnei Israel go from Egypt, and the sea was open, and after that Miriam began to sing. It's easy to sing song when you have miracle in your life. It's easy to love God when all your dreams become. When you have money, when you are very healthy, health. When you have all the things, it's very easy to love God. But the test of the faith is only one. When this God touch you, not with the good things, you continue to love him, or you love him only sometimes, and sometimes you say, no, this is not the same God. So, I cross the sea every time when I come to Mount Herzl. To come from the grave of Uriel to the grave of Eliraz is to drowning in the sea of sorrow and pain. And after that, to wash the hand and to go outside to my grandchildren and my children, to make them meatballs and to continue. So when I will come to God, I will give him 2 boxes with the earth from the grave of Uriel and from the grave of Eliraz. And I will tell God, you know, you make a big decision every day. You make a decision, we will die, we will read now, we will pray in Rosh Hashanah, in Yom Kippur. You decide, we will be ill, we will be rich, we will die like this in fire, in water. But I one little in this world, I decide a big decision. I must, when I come to Mount Herzl, I must choose. What choose? To choose which child to hug first, which grave to visit first. This of my firstborn, or this the grave of my second son. And when I come to Uriel, I hear my son Eliras call me, Mom, come to me. And when I near the grave of Uriel, I hear Eliras. I like Cain. You know what is Cain? How you say Cain? איך אתם אומרים קין?
Ryan?
קין, בתנ"ך.
Cain.
Cain. No, it's Cain. Cain for you. So, it's like I have no a place in the world. And please God, don't make mothers to make these choices. It's not normal. It's not normal to prefer one child. Which child to hug first? It's not normal. So I continue. I continue because I love so much my country. I love so much all the people, all my brothers and sisters. And when I meet your president, Obama, you know, Obama come to Israel, but what I can do, Obama want to visit in Mount Herzl, in which day? In the Memorial Day of my son Eliras. And the government asked me to, איך אמרנו, לבטל? לא, לבטל? To cancel my Memorial Day. I say, you can cancel Obama. The Memorial Day, I can change the day. What is the meaning to cancel the Memorial Day? You know, in Hebrew we say, this is mitzvah, this is chok. I must continue to be Jew. Even Obama come. So, but I told them, you know, the president come in 9 o'clock, so I can change the time. I will do the Memorial Day at 11 o'clock. This was before Passover. And who and I, like all the Moroccan women, 1 week before Passover, we only do one thing. We clean, 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 and we have nothing to eat at home. You know, there is nothing to eat. So I get a phone from the President Peretz. They invited me to come to the dinner with Obama. So it's good, you know. I didn't eat one week, so it's good. And I come to this dinner, and I think about what they will give the president to eat, and I saw only examples of food. It's not the food. It's a little, you know, examples. It's not like in our homes. And, okay. But after that, they give us a cake. And this is the big minutes good for me. In this time when I see the cakes, I begin to see the cakes. I look after my Rosh, and I saw the President Peretz with Obama. And I say to myself, why now with the cakes? Why in this minute they come? And the President Peretz say to President Obama, this is Miriam Peretz. And Obama say, I know, she is the mother of the 2 boys. And I tell him that I'm very sorry about what happened to us with this decision about the Memorial Day. But you, Mr. President, when you will be near the grave of our visionary, Herzl, who dream about this land, I will be near the grave of my son Eliras. How how big cost we pay for this visionary. So please, let me to continue to come to my home. This is my home. You visit here like a visitor. But for me, it's not a place to visit. This is my home. This is my home. I'm very rich woman. I have a house in Givat Ze'ev and a big house in Mount Herzl. So please, Mr. President, do all your efforts to let me to continue to be in my home. It's not the home of anyone, only on my home. So everyone asked me, and what Obama say? Obama asked me, can I hug you? I say you can do what you want because I am widow. You know? So and we continue, and I'm very happy that we laugh because in this Parashat Shavua, we read in this parasha that God punished us for what? Because we didn't serve God with happiness. With happiness. So, if I want to tell you something for my heart is to be happy. To teach yourself to be happy even in the crisis moment in our life. And in this moment, everyone must look at himself and he will say how much power he has to cope with this situation. We must reveal our strength, our power. God bless us with this power. There is no one that have no power to cope with every situation. But we must continue with happiness. Without happiness, and what is meaning of happiness for me? Happiness for me is chesed. Happiness for me is to help Eli to build this building. For the little children, think about all the children that will run in this building. What we take with us to the grave? What Uriel and Deliras take with them to the grave? Nothing. Not our money, not our building. We take only one thing, our name. Which name we do in this world? Name with chesed, with forgiveness, with love. You must not have money. You can hug someone. You can look somebody. You can feel another people. And you are there and you are for them. So I continue, and maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu will give all these families, new families, think about them, how it will be difficult. They ask me what it will be difficult for us. And I want to tell you, to think about them. They didn't understand the meaning of death. No one understands what is the meaning of death. You know how we understand? When they will prepare Rosh Hashanah, when they will prepare the table, and the son will not come at home. When they will buy present to everyone of the family, and they will not buy a present for this child. When they prepare Shabbat, and the chair of this child will be empty. They learn the death every day in their life. So please, when you pray on Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, pray offer, pray gam for these families. And you know, only God can give us comfort. This God that touch us, this God that broken our heart He also give us a big, big comfort. And why they gone? Everyone ask me. They are very, very, very young people. Uriel, Eliraz, and these soldiers. And I want to tell you, two things are not in our hand. No one here, no one ask us if we want to come to this world. And no one ask us when we want to go from this world. But what to do with our life? What to do with this minute that we have? You know, if my son Eliraz have 1 minute more, you know what Eliraz can hear? He can hear Gilly, that he saw one times. He can hear Gilly call him Abba in 1 minute. So if you have children that call you Abba, Ima, thanks God for that. Because there are many people like me that want to hear only one word. One word. I miss so much my children, but I miss their voice that call me Ima. Only one word. And when you hear this word, thanks God for this moment. שנה טובה, הרבה בריאות והצלחה. תודה רבה.